it's funny because my first instinct when I first saw this move was like, oh, but he's not a championship level coach. And, the Cavs need someone who can, ultimately help them reach the conference finals and finals. And first of all, that's only semi-true. Yes, he's never won a championship as a head coach, but he was an assistant on the Warriors in 2022 when they won that championship. So that's not nothing. Also, how many championship winning coaches are available? Like, they don't just grow on trees. You kind of have to take risks with certain guys. And it can't just be, oh, have you won a championship? No, okay, bye. And I like this move. I've always liked Kenny Atkinson. I think everyone really likes him for what he did, most notably in 2019 with that Nets team where it was like a lot of nice pieces, but they really overperformed to get the 6th seed. D'Angelo Russell was an all-star. The vibes were immaculate. And then we all sort of felt that he got a raw deal once Kyrie and KD showed up, and they sort of like forced him out pretty much because he wanted to play Jared Allen, but KD and Kyrie wanted to play DeAndre Jordan. So I think everyone's sort of been hoping he gets another chance to be head coach because we do think he is really great. Obviously, he had that, he signed on to be the head coach of Charlotte, but then backed out, probably because it's the Hornets. So it's exciting to see this, new opportunity for him. I'm definitely intrigued because I do think he's a great coach in terms of getting the most out of his players. And I think he is a great development guy. So I think that's going to be really good for Evan Mobley in particular, because Evan Mobley, as we know, I think has a lot of potential at both ends, and he's flashed it at times, but there's also been a lot of ups and downs with Evan Mobley. So we'll get to see that. Obviously, he has great reputation with Jared Allen and Karis LeVert during that Nets tenure. So that'll be well. It's sort of hard to evaluate this move though, admittedly, because we don't really know what this Cavs team is going to look like. Obviously, they're in talks with Donovan Mitchell about an extension, and Woj said that they're confident about being able to extend him. So if they bring him back, that's obviously one thing. If not, then that's a whole other roster. But it's definitely a good move. The only problem, though, is that even if the Cavs run everything back or run most of the team back, you like Kenny Atkinson's ability to get the most out of the team, but you also question, okay, but can he do that with this team, a team that just like, it's very clear that their 4 best players don't work well together. Garland, Mitchell, Allen, and Mobley. They just don't. It's not an indictment against any one of them in particular. It's just they don't mesh. I think Mobley and Allen both need to be centers, the lone big on the floor surrounded by shooters. I think Mitchell and Garland are both best with the ball in their hands the majority of the time. So can Atkinson get the most out of this team if all 4 guys are there? I don't know. I think I'd definitely be confident in his ability to do that. But I think I might be even more confident if Cleveland shakes up the roster just a little bit, like trades 1 or 2 of those guys for better pieces that just complement the ones they keep. So ultimately, I think it's a great move for the Cavs. I think it's a move that helps put them in the right direction because Kenny Atkinson is a very good coach, and I'm so ecstatic to see him back on the sidelines as a head coach because he, has shown nothing but great stuff during his time as a head coach. And I think he was wrongfully terminated during his time in Brooklyn. And we've all been excited for him to get that next opportunity. And I'm hoping this is the one that really, sets him back on that track of just being recognized as one of the better head coaches in the NBA.